just thinking about your very first call with me and how we made a meal plan. And we literally made a meal plan based around the foods that you were already eating,
Right.
which were, I have it written down here, cereal for breakfast, a ham sandwich for lunch, and steak and rice for dinner.
Yeah.
I want to know, what were your honest to God thoughts after that first call?
Yeah. After that first thing, when you gave me this meal plan, I was like, no way. There's no way it's gonna work. I'm like, what? Like this just seems like a typical type
This
of
bitch is crazy.
yeah, yeah, like typical type of meal that I would eat every day. Like, okay, well, we'll see how it goes, you know. But yeah, I was honestly surprised that's what the meal plan looked like, because I was thinking, oh God, I'm gonna be eating like barely anything. I'm gonna be, you know, it's gonna be salads all the time and this. Then when that was the meal plan, I was like, oh, I can do that. I just need to
Mhm.
do it a little bit, even a little bit more. And I was like, okay, this is interesting.
I
So
mean, probably the biggest thing that we changed up front in the beginning was just cutting out the soda.
yeah,
You had a lot of energy drinks and sodas that you were basically surviving on.
yeah, I didn't eat a lot, but I drank my calories,
Hmm.
and that was like how I was surviving, and it was not working.
Yeah, I can pull it up right here. Your average was 1,228 calories. And I would probably say that 60% of those calories were coming from drinks.
Yeah.
On that note, so you started around 1,228 calories averaging there, and now you're up to 1,656
Yeah.
calories. And you lost 34 fucking pounds.
I
Like,
know, it's so crazy.
unreal.
It's so crazy. Why have I not known this sooner? I could have been, would have been indulging in food way more often.
I know, right? Like, it feels so backwards from what you've always thought.
It does. Like even just the protein in general, that was something that I did not eat a lot of at all. And so even increasing that or trying to figure out what types of protein would fit that I could eat every day or that I liked or what that looked like. I think that was huge too, because I didn't realize how much of a difference that made either.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm glad you pointed that out because it was, again, averaging about 47 grams of protein before working with me. And that first week, I took you up to 90 grams, which is almost double.
Mm.
And that's a big jump. But at the same time, I saw that it was possible for you. It's not like you were vegan or afraid to eat meat or didn't like meat.
Right.
You were eating it just sporadically and not enough of it. So, like, I made a pretty decent jump in the beginning. We brought you from 90 grams in that first week. And 6 months later, you're now at about 130,
Mm.
which is a significant difference. But if we were to go from 47 grams to 130 grams, that would be way too taxing on your system.
Yeah.
You probably would have been constipated. Like, it just would have been uncomfortable for you and probably extremely unrealistic.
Yeah.
Could you imagine going from having basically a liquid diet, and we went to 3 meals with you? Could you imagine having a fourth meal of 5 ounces of protein? I don't think that you would have enjoyed that very much.
No. Yeah.
So, my point here is that, like, everything we've done over the last 6 months has been a very subtle, slow increase. Where, like, at first, like you said, is this bitch crazy? Like, this doesn't feel like anything out of the ordinary, but it's that slow build week after week. We added a little bit more macros, we added a little bit more cardio, just so slow, barely even noticeable.
Yeah. And I think
Like,
that was huge, because I was like, okay, you can have a couple more ounces here, a couple more ounces there. That's such a difference maker than like, okay, you can eat a 10-ounce steak now. You need to eat this whole thing. And I'm like trying to force myself to eat, you know? So yeah, it was nice. And I think also the help of you giving me like different options of protein, even just as simple as switching to Fairlife milk. Like I'm all in switch. It's just that simple change of where you can find it in different places and what it looks like was huge for me, because that's something that I'm not a great cook. I'll just let everybody know I'm not a great cook. Being able to have that help of, okay, here's where you can find it. Here's how you can change that up and what that can look like. And simple things, even just as simple as, okay, use red lentil pasta instead of like regular, or switch over to that. And just to find those things that I never would have thought of or even looked at, honestly.
totally, just the smallest little healthy swaps.
Mm-hmm.
It really does help to have someone else looking at the foods that you're eating to be
Yeah.
able to tell you that.
I think that even the measurement of things, just changing those just a little bit and how much difference 1 more ounce of an avocado can do, or 1 more cup of this can do to you, or what even just the cup of rice will do to you for in general. And so I think just like that measurement of looking at the difference in that versus like you see your serving size and what that looks like calorie wise and all that. But like just understanding that the simplest little change of 1 ounce to another, I think that was huge too, because I just never really thought about that either.
Mm-hmm.